Don't go messing with a country boy, a country boy. Don't go messing with a country boy, don't mess with a country boy. When I was a little bitty boy, baby, I cut my teeth on the big old tree. Mama filled my bottle with the moonshine still. My first meal was the bass he killed. The bass he killed, the bass he killed. My first meal was the bass he killed. Well, I grew, and the time I was 10, I was 6 feet tall and a man among men. Man, I love my work and I love my play. I hate the food that get my way. Get my way, get my way, and hate the food that get my way.
Let's kick some ass.
Hey, what's up?
What's up?
Welcome to Kickin' Ass with Jesse.
And Andy.
That was Dick Justice with Country Boy.
Yep. And that's all he's here for. So he's going to leave now. We have another guest coming in.
Live in the studio. That was Dick Justice singing our theme song for us.
Yep.
Dick, what's up, man?
Thanks for the bang, guys.
No problem.
Also, I have to say that this is also brought to you by American Barbell Club, our official sponsor. Of
ABC, our sponsor.
The official Kickin' Ass
The TV station?
podcast. Don't ever say that, man.
No.
They probably will have their own TV station at some point in time.
If you're looking for fitness apparel, knee wraps, wrist wraps, sweats, t-shirts, American Barbell Club. It's the shit.
What a commercial.
Yeah.
There it is.
All ABC'd up.
Yeah, I am actually all ABC'd up.
True that.
I see that.
I'm wearing my American Top Team shirt because I'm a big shooter now.
He's a shooter. We got a shooter in the house.
Yeah.
Braxton Shooter.
Look out, guys.
Ooh.
Me and Dick Justice literally Dick, was it 7 hours?
6 hours.
We just got done with Impact tapings in Ottawa, and we drove 7 hours straight to the studio, and now we're podcasting.
Yeah.
There it is.
Here we are.
Look at that. That's what a professional does.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Here's a dickheaded story by me. So, like, how long have we been talking about getting Dick on the podcast now?
A while.
Yeah. So
you were like the first person we talked about.
I kind of
remember.
sneakily, because I didn't ask you about it until good word, right?
Yeah.
I didn't ask you about it until like the last second, but I had it in my head the whole time of like okay, like I asked you to drive me home.
Yeah.
Because Laura's still in Ottawa.
Right.
I was like, hey Dick, can I ride home with you? And you were like, yeah.
And I was like, yeah, man, I just got to go past my town real quick.
So
and
I
take you
completely, I swear, when I read it, I was just so excited. He said yes. And my geography is so bad, I didn't realize, I was like, oh, cool, we'll pass through Buffalo. He can podcast and then go home.
Yeah, Ottawa, you can dip right down into Syracuse or something.
Well, he lives in Rochester. We've drove past Rochester.
Yeah. So you were probably thinking you have to go all the way around the lake.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It still took less time to just come back here to America and go through all that.
I didn't think about anything about a lake. I just literally thought oh, we're gonna pass through Buffalo. He can drop me off and then he can go back to Rochester. And we literally just drove right past 7 hours, and he had to drive past Rochester to come podcast with us.
There was 2
Now
exits.
he's got to go back home.
You could have took the Niagara Falls exit.
Yeah,
so you could have just went through Canada.
Right,
yeah, it would have took longer.
It would have taken even longer.
What I'm saying is that in your head, you probably thought,
because that was actually how me and Laura went that way, because we just wanted to cross the Peace Bridge because it's the easiest.
Yeah.
So yeah, I didn't think of that.
That's all right.
Yeah, and
I just needed the company.
I put that together in the car as we were leaving. Oh wow, we're driving right past Rochester.
If you hadn't have been in the car, it would have just been me singing Michael Bolton for 5 hours.
Which you should.
Oh no, that's saved. That's
saved
saved for karaoke and karaoke only.
Okay, sorry.
When I need to swoon.
Sorry,
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
That's all right, man. You don't know.
We have 3 different body types here, and I'm like the in between guy.
Yeah, you're like.
We got a body guy and we got a hoss.
Oh, cool.
And then I'm like in between hoss, and there's no body.
You look like you're in way better shape than I am.
I'm 40. All right.
How do you think that makes me feel?
How old are you?
27.
Yeah, you still have years to get to 40.
Hopefully.
Long years, a lot of years.
Yeah, I have a lot of questions for you.
I have a lot of answers,
but I don't have. I feel like I'm talking it up. I have a ton of questions, but I really don't.
Can we just I want to?
The first question the first thing I want to say right here. True or false? You have done a reverse Rana in your career.
Of course I have.
Done deal, right there.
It's on the internet.
It was to Ricky Shane Page.
Yeah.
Yes.
He was he on the top? Did you go on the top 2, or were you on the second?
I was on the second. I was going to give a superplex to somebody. I don't remember. And he just kind of scooped me up. And I remember being petrified doing it because like the backwards is scary.
Yeah, for a big fella.
And also like 7 feet in the air, which to people who sometimes might leave their feet.
Yeah.
Probably doesn't seem like a lot, but I might as well have been on top of a skyscraper. And he's like, all right, man, just go backwards. And I'm like, okay. So I threw my whole body backwards and I closed my eyes. And then when I ended up on my stomach, he's like, all right, now get up and get your pop. And I was just like,
Yeah.
did you see that? Oh!
I think I was either on a show with you the day after or like the week after. And you were like so fired up about that. Like,
Yeah,
just
you
like wanted to do it again.
Yeah, I haven't done it since because no one else has been 7 feet tall.
No one's Ricky Shane Page.
Yeah. The ace of base he is.
Trevor Lee calls himself bass guy. Yeah, that's true.
He's a bass guy, but he's not the ace of base. Ricky Shane Page is the ace of base.
Yeah.
I'm glad that we got that out of the way. 'Cause,
It's on the
I
internet.
feel like people should know.
I want to dive right into.
Also, don't expect me to do it again.
But it's there. It's on the
Yeah,
internet.
now that you just put it out there.
Yeah, now that I know that I can,
You're not living in like Ken Patera, Mr. Saito.
I've done one more reverse Rana than Ken Patera's ever done.
Yeah. But I mean, like, no one, it's not on video that they threw a rock through a McDonald's thing, but you on the internet.
It's true.
Like doing a poison Rana.
Oh.
How about the AI? Now you work AIW regularly.
Yeah.
Out of Cleveland. And remember the show that me and you went to and Terry Funk was there?
Oh, yeah.
And then he just like fucking let loose.
That's awesome.
That's my favorite moment in pro wrestling.
That like, it's...
Also on video.
Yeah. I mean, I think I might have talked about it on the first episode, but it's like, it's one of the coolest things I've ever seen on an independent wrestling show.
Yeah, that day
ever.
he was supposed to throw...
But then, yeah, Dick has
supposed
Dick has the backstory
okay.
of...
So, like, they were talking to him in the back, and he's like, all right, man, nobody wants to see me. I'm going to go out there, I'm going to throw one punch. And, that's
But
it.
then didn't even not want to do that.
And then he's like, nobody wants to see me. And then they're like, oh, hit him with a chair. And he's like, I don't know if I can swing the chair, man. I'm old. And
because the heels were Eddie Kingston
and Duke.
And he had a manager,
Yep,
right?
the Duke.
Yeah, so they were going to go over. But it was like after the match. Like, remember they went over and then they were...
No, it was still during the match.
Oh.
Yeah.
And I just remember they were up the like aisle.
Yeah, they were all brawling on the outside,
Yeah,
and
and
they were getting on top of Josh Prohibition.
Yeah.
And then
no music.
Yeah.
Like Terry Funk just walked through the curtain.
Yeah, Terry walks through the curtain.
Huge reaction.
This eruption of people.
Yeah.
And I swear that you can see the look in his face. His eyes just changed.
Oh, yeah.
He became like, I'm just going to sign some autographs to,
Yeah, 40 years.
Terry, you're so strong.
Yeah.
And he whipped
Let
ass
loose.
for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, if not longer.
Swinging chairs, throwing punches. He threw the Duke through the concession stand.
He was throwing full cans of beverage.
Absolutely, he was.
Yeah.
He DDT'd Eddie Kingston on the floor, I remember.
Yeah, many times.
Yeah, a couple times.
And then, after that, he just threw his arms up in the air, and he went back.
But the best was he didn't even go back through the curtain because he had already, went to the concession stand, went all over the place. And then he
went out the front door.
He went out kind of, around the front door. He totally evaded, the entranceway and just, went out. But, because the best was, like you were saying, the crowd... he would do one thing, and the crowd was like, oh!
Yeah.
And then, it would stop, and you would think, okay, that's it. But then it would be like, Terry, and you could see him, walking around, talking to himself,
Yeah.
and then he would just grab him, oh, okay, I'm going to throw him through the garbage can now.
Literally, became half his age.
Yeah. Just whooped ass.
And that's why he's my favorite wrestler of all time in the history of wrestling.
And I remember going in the back, when we remember saying hello to him before the show started, and he couldn't have been nicer.
Of course.
And then he just, drank beer and sat in the locker room and just, held court for, all
just
the boys
talk
forever.
shop all night.
Now, tell me about... Now, this was another time when you sat at the bar with him, right?
Ooh, yeah. That was a couple years before that. That's my favorite wrestling memory of all time.
Because even before you told me about that, Colin... Was that a 2CW show?
Yeah.
Because I remember Colin Delaney telling me, he was like, dude, we were at the after party, and I just kept looking over... And it's just Dick Justice and Terry Funk sitting together at the bar, broing down.
Yeah.
and for 4 hours, legit.
4 hours at the bar.
And he's we just kept looking over, and Dick just had this huge smile on his face.
Everyone,
drinking beers, talking to Terry Funk.
Nobody wanted me to break contact with Terry Funk, so they would just slide me a drink when they saw it was getting
very cool.
low.
Yeah.
And so I just kept talking and talking, and I just kept getting drunker and drunker. And you know how
when you see someone that you're a fan of, you're not supposed to geek out.
Yeah.
Completely drop that and just started geeking out. And I'd be like, Mr. Terry, excuse me. Do you remember in your book when you talked about this? Well, what did you mean by and like?
You turned into Chris Farley.
I couldn't help it.
Dude, as soon he just told me this story about an hour ago in the car, and as soon as you told me that Terry Funk was talking about how to get over, I was like, okay, scratch everything and tell me about what Terry Funk was talking about, how to get over.
So we're talking at the bar, and he's like, you know what you got to do to get over, kid? You got to get a singlet, and you got to get the tights black. Black.
Did he ask you about your name yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. And, just stripe down the side of the tights, and you got to bleach your hair blonde.
Black
and,
singlet,
black wrist tape, and you just look like this mean son of a bitch. And what's your name, son? And I go, Dick. He goes, well, Dick what?
Dick what, kid?
And I go, it's Dick Justice, the super cop. Yeah. And he goes, well, here's what you got to do, kid. You got to change your name. You're going to be Big Dick Justice. And, you come out and you're Big Dick Justice. You're this big, mean son of a bitch.
I love that the first thing is dye your hair blonde.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
well, that's because
amazing.
Dye your hair. Because back in the day, that was the thing.
I know.
You want to stand out.
Dick Murdoch. Yeah. Dick Slater, Dick Justice.
He's looking at a big nasty.
And I'm like, oh my god, you just paired me with the two other best dicks, and then Dick the Bruiser, and I'm part of the Dick army.
Yeah,
why haven't you dyed your hair blonde?
We'll get to that.
Yeah, my bad.
So, and then he's like, and every week you just got to add another name to the rest of your entrance name. So next week you're Big Nasty Dick Justice, and then you're Big Mean Nasty Dick Justice, then you're Big Mean Nasty Stinky Dick Justice, Big Mean Nasty Stinky Rotten Awful Weasel Dick Justice. And every week you're telling everyone, if you call me Big Dirty Dick one more time, I'm leaving. And everyone starts calling you Big Dirty Dick, and you get out of the ring and you tell everyone I'm going home, and then you run back in and you start walloping the baby face.
So good.
And I'm like, that's the secret.
Yeah.
That's Pandora's box. You just gave me the gift.
No one's going to teach you that shit at wrestling school. That's why I love hearing this shit, man. It's so good.
And so we go through all that.
Nasty heel.
It's 3 a.m. I'm 4 hours from home. We finally decide that we all have to.
You would have sat there until 1 p.m.
Until I literally died from exhaustion.
He would have.
Because
he would have still been sitting there.
Of course.
He would have just rolled you to the side.
Yeah, he'd have been like, who's the next kid? Yeah. Throw my dead carcass onto the ground.
Yeah.
So we're leaving, and at the time, Kevin Graham was driving him back and forth from wherever he needed to go.
This is great.
So Terry Funk is in the car, and he goes, hey, kid, that kid I was talking to in the bar, does he get it, or is he just some dumb shithead? And Kevin goes, no, he gets it. Like, he's pretty good. He's doing all right now. And he goes, Super Cop Dick Justice. I kind of like that name.
So the best part is turned all the way around.
Is he just some dumb motherfucker that I just talked to for 4 hours?
Yeah.
Or is he getting it?
He wasted those hours.
Yeah.
He doesn't have many hours left.
Yeah, is he going to
you have 4 of those.
That's not true.
Is he going to grasp
you know what I'm saying?
That's not true. Don't say that.
I'm not going to say. I just said it.
Why?
Because he's old. He's an older man. That's just the way it happens.
Yeah, but
I'm 40. I have less hours than you do.
I don't know about that at all.
You do.
Do you remember when we sat and talked to Dreamer and he was telling us the Funk stories?
Yeah.
And I don't remember that one about like Funk telling him he wants to die in the ring.
Yeah. So Funk had. This is what Tommy said. Tommy said that Funk had open heart surgery.
Yeah.
And was booked for a House of Hardcore.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
and Tommy called him to see how he was doing, and he was like, "I'm good. I don't. This is the one section I don't remember of whether it was Terry saying it to him or Tommy saying "Hey, just stay home and recover," and then it basically turned into Terry being like, "No, I'm still making the booking.
Yeah, I'll be there.
I'm still coming." And then Tommy was like, "But no, you're not doing it." And he was like, "No." And then I remember Tommy being like, you don't tell Terry Funk what to do.
Yeah, you're not gonna tell him no.
And then he's like, that day he was like having the talk with him, like, listen, man, like, you're not getting in the ring. Like, you're gonna stay back here. Maybe like grab the mic, say something, but you're not getting in the ring. You're not doing anything. So as soon as the show starts, Terry Funk just walks straight to the front and sits like front row, like right there, like right next to the ring. And then apparently, like before he went out, him and Terry like said something to
I think that's when they announced that they were going to tag for the last time together, like the next House of Hardcore show or something. Maybe. I might be off.
Basically, he was like, I'm going out there, I'm doing my thing. And basically, he wanted to just cut a promo in the ring. And like, okay. But then, like, I think that's where the conversation happened, where he was like, don't get in the ring. And then, of course, Terry went right in the ring.
Of course he did.
And he grabbed the mic and he said that. And he just basically told Tommy, like, as he was walking out, he was like, if I die out there, you better come out and pin me.
Oh my God.
So he wanted, like, Tommy to, like, pin his dead body. And then Tommy said, like, I'm pretty sure with tears in his eyes was like, if that happens, I'm going to pull you on top of me and you're going to pin me. And then, went out there and apparently he cut like this crazy promo. It was like to the crowd that was like, this might be the last time.
Also online, I think.
Yeah.
I think so.
This is the last time you might ever see me.
Yeah.
And then dudes were like crying.
Yeah, that was when like everyone thought he was retiring and then like he's working Lawler.
Yeah, and he didn't. He didn't even come close. Did like
I just saw a picture of him like last week of just bleeding.
You just said, how long ago was that? You said
that was not long. It had to have been the end of September.
When they were Gato and Jado.
Oh, that was their 50th anniversary.
Yeah.
I don't remember. That was like last year, I think.
I mean, it wasn't the. Remember when
Nate's in a match with him coming up.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
That's insane.
Brody King, yeah. He's in a match with him and Kevin Sullivan.
It wasn't
That's
the
so
first.
cool.
Yeah. It wasn't the first
and Sandman.
WWE One Night Stands. Yes, stop. One Night Stand, not the first WWE One Night Stand. They did another one, and they did a tag match, and Funk was in it.
Yeah, Funk and Tommy against the Dudleys, right?
Was it against? I thought Foley was in it. I think Mick Foley was in it too.
Was it? You're talking about the second One Night Stand?
I think I don't remember which. Well,
is that the one where he tried to do the moonsault off the thing and it broke?
It might be.
The ladder like snapped in half.
And like at the end,
his leg got all bended up in it.
Well, they were just like caught in like barbed wire, like him and Dreamer.
Oh yeah.
Like I don't remember which, but like I remember like to hype the match, like Funk came out on Monday Night Raw, and like he was. I just remember watching it and like. He was just moving real slow, and then like they even did some physicality in the ring, and like he was throwing punches, and I was like, oh man, like how's he gonna have like a match? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it just like he can barely move. And then like I remember hearing the match was good, and I didn't watch it till like a year later, and like it's insane. Like I was like, how did he move around like that on Monday Night Raw, and then at the pay-per-view he just like
because once he gets through that curtain, he becomes a different person.
Dude, it's not they took some big huge double bump at the end where they're just encased in barbed wire.
Yeah.
And, like people are like clipping them out and like it's the best.
But like you think about it, like take a guy like you take someone like that and then you equate it to like Michael Jordan or like even like Wayne Gretzky.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like him at 60 something is still better than like us when we were like
ever.
Well,
pretty much ever.
I was almost 40. So me at 36.
Yeah. Terry Funk in his 60s.
The match you're thinking of, is it Edge, Lita, and Mick Foley versus Beulah, Terry Funk, and Tommy Dreamer?
No. Because that
was One Night Stand 2.
Really? Man.
I pulled it up.
I might be way off. Yeah, I might be way off here. Maybe that is it. I could be wrong. I know it was Dreamer, Funk. I thought Foley was in there too, but
he is.
I could be totally off. He is?
Yeah, it's a 6-person.
Oh.
Intergender Extreme Rules match.
Yeah, that's probably it then.
Cool.
That's bomb. Thanks, Dick.
It's the power of the internet. Don't thank me.
We live in amazing
Thanks, Steve
times.
Jobs.
Thanks, Steve.
Thank you, Steve.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Uncle Steve.
I got okay. I'm switching gears. This is more of an Andy story, but I wanted to take advantage of you being here to get into this story.
Cool.
Now you, Dick, you like Disturbed, right?
Of course.
Yeah. So Dick's a Disturbed fan.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell him your story of your Disturbed story pretty much?
Does this follow the
string
of Instagram pictures that you put up?
I was going to go there eventually,
well,
too.
Okay, so I have an actual Draymond story where when I met Draymond.
Okay.
And then I have a story where a homeless man played
I'm
my,
thinking, yeah. Well,
my dick.
You don't want to give away that.
Have I not said this on the podcast?
No.
Really?
Nope.
All right.
Interesting.
So here it is. To give, like, ETID fans, if you want to, like, listen to this, I can probably count on two hands how many, like, major arguments the band has had. This was one of the biggest arguments we ever had, where, like, the band almost broke up in Europe.
Oh, no.
So, like, morale was a little low.
Yeah.
And we ended up being, like, Denmark at this point in time. And I remember the show was pretty good. So they're, like, riding high after the show. And we all decided we were going to go to this bar. And it was, like, you know, in Europe, like, there's just metal bars. Mm-hmm. Like, here, like...
Yeah, it's like a normal thing.
Yeah, it's like a normal thing. Like, here, there's, like, oh, we have a metal night. It's like, no, this bar plays metal all of the time.
Every day.
You're never going to hear Britney Spears in here, you know? So we go to this bar, and all the boys are out, and we're all, like, talking to each other, and, like, it seemed really good. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That night. I just remember it because, like, we all were, like, sad. No one talking, like, went to this bar, and then,
just
like,
weird.
Once the, like, air started, like, wow, this place is rad. And, like, everybody started, like, talking again. And, like, I remember, like, they were ripping jams. So it was everything from, like, Thin Lizzy to, like, modern, like...
Pig Destroyer.
Lamb. I would say, like, more Lamb of God. Probably not Pig Destroyer, but I wish. Pig Destroyer's great. And, you know, we're just having a great time. And then, like, this homeless guy comes in and, like, sits next to me. But we're, like, I'm in Denmark. So, like, I don't know what this guy's saying. But the whole time, if you ever see me at a bar in general, I will be holding court in the air band world. I will be playing air drums, air guitar. Here's a little secret, too. If you do actually know how to play guitar, play left-handed air guitar, because then it looks like you know nothing, and you look like everybody else.
Okay.
Because, like, if I play air guitar and I play righty, I can, like, kind of figure things out. It kind of looks like I kind of know what I'm talking about.
Like, even by what you just did, it feels like you know how to play
guitar. I go lefty, and I just look like lobster hands. There's, like, just lobster, like, just all four fingers moving at the same time on both sides.
Totally unrealistic.
Yeah, it's great. I'm holding it all weird and whack and whatever. So we're out, and I remember I was playing air drums, and homeless dude just kind of gives me the touch, and he goes, I'm bassa. He kept saying that. I was like, oh, you're going to play bass? And he goes, yeah. I'm like, all right, yeah, man, you're the bass. And now, like, the dudes are kind of, like, looking over, and we're like, ripping. I'm like, I'm in drum zone.
Air drums, air bass.
And he's, like, playing finger bass. You know, like, on every song. And, like, it's every once in a while, like I'd, like, look over, and then, like, on my, like, knee, he would be like... And he would, like, play... He would pretend like my knee was the bass. Now, mind you, he was sitting on my left my left side.
Playing on your right knee.
Playing on my left knee. Oh. Which, my legs are kind of spread. So he starts on the knee, and the string is the knee. Yeah. And he's like... And just kind of, I'm like, yeah.
Oh, cool.
Like, giving him kind of like, oh, yeah, buddy, you're ripping, there it is. And then, like, oh, and then, like, I would give him a look, and then, blah, blah, blah. Now, people are, like, starting to buy us drinks, because this is, like, we're holding court.
Yeah, we're really holding it down here.
You know, then he would take his hand away from the knee, and he would start playing air bass, like, you know, like where you normally would play, and then every once in a while he'd come over, and then where it was the knee, it's now starting to creep up
the thigh,
a little bit. And he's playing, and I'm just like, oh yeah. And now, like, every one of my dudes, like, kind of notices, like, okay, some weird stuff's
getting weird, yeah.
And I'm kind of, like, propping myself up so everybody can see what's happening. Like, I'm putting my leg up, and I'm like, now the sticks are, like, way up. Because I'm just like,
everybody can see.
I am for sure into this. I'm like, this is great. Like, this is for sure money. Like, so boom, and now it's not leaving the leg. He's just on the leg, and he's in the hit. You know, he's right in the thigh, and it's moving, and I'm still ripping. And now I'm, like, ripping up where my eyes are, like the drums, like, up where my eyes are.
Just super high all of a sudden.
Yeah, and my leg is, like, super high, and I'm, like, pushing my dick towards him. And then it just turns into, like, him literally, like, talking about Ace of Base. his thumb was based on like the neck of my dick, like where like my dick meets my mons pubis. Like right there, to use medical terms.
Yeah.
And he's just ripping my balls. He's just doing, and I'm just like, yeah. And I'm like, tears are pouring out of my head because I'm just laughing so fucking hard. And I'm like, he's the basa. He's the basa. And I'm like,
You said all the
moving
boys
like
were
that.
losing it too,
Oh
weren't
my
they?
God. There's videos. Someone had,
Yeah.
one of the dudes has videos of it. And like, they are just, he's just strumming my dick and balls. And I'm just like, yeah. And now like the whole bar is like noticing this. And I'm just like, yeah. Like,
He's the base.
yeah, I mean, I didn't chub once. Just so everybody knows, there was no chubbing. But had I chubbed, I feel like that's the power of rock,
Right.
right? So like, yeah, the guy just sat there playing my dick and balls for at least 3 songs. He was ripping for 3 songs, and like, luckily there wasn't like a Rush song or
Yeah, a real
like a Primus song.
a real jabber.
Yeah.
then you might have got hard.
Yeah. So he finally like I of course buy him a drink after that.
Of course.
And he kind of like takes off, right? So then like the lights go down in this place, and like Middle Eastern music is like playing.
I forgot this gets
It's
kind
like
of racist.
chanting.
Yeah.
It's fucking weird, man. I've never been into Disturbed in my life. Just so you know that.
Just a heads up.
Sorry. I did listen
big
to
apology.
a lot of Disturbed the day I posted all those pictures, which we'll get to that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and like it's going down, and you're like, I'm not going to even attempt to imitate that.
But it was like religious,
it's
like
chanting
chanting or something,
and
right?
chanting, and then like the lights are low, and then you see, this is so fucked. All the like bar workers, like the barmaids and stuff like that, put like towels over their face and on their heads, and they were sitting behind the bar as this was like happening. And then as soon as it's done, wah comes on, and they lit the bar on fire.
What?
So they were like like when the lights went out, they dumped like alcohol on the bar, and then when it came in, like the whole bar was like wah wah, you know, because he makes noises.
Yeah.
The whole bar is just like inflamed. And I was like, this is the greatest song I've ever heard. Like, I was like so into the theatrics of it. Like, I needed theatrics for Disturbed to make sense to me. But it honestly like was one of the coolest things I've ever seen on tour.
Whoa.
It was so cool. If you own a bar and you hear this, maybe don't do the racist stuff and just light your bar on fire when Disturbed
to
happens.
down
You
with the
want
sickness.
dudes-
Yeah.
As soon as wah hits it, that's all you need. You don't have to do the terrorist stuff.
Yeah, that
or
beginning
whatever.
part A is not necessary.
No,
part
but
B, totally necessary.
the
You could
theat-
double up on part B
Yeah.
and light more things on fire.
Or just have your friend who's a producer, like Kevin Bennett over there. Young Kevin Bennett. Young wrestling upstart.
Yeah.
Kevin Bennett.
Y-U-N-G.
Yeah. Like have him just do the wah over. Where it's wah,
Yeah, just sync it up.
like,
Yeah.
over and over, and then when it kicks in, you light your bar on fire. It was so fucking cool, and I feel like that was the day where Disturbed brought our band back together.
That's so.
My dream
You guys
a
got
pretty beautiful
You guys
story.
got down with the sickness.
we literally got down with that.
You
stuff.
got up. You got down with the sickness.
So my Draymond story is, man, do I tell this one? Yeah.
I hope so.
I'll tell you, let me do the pictures one first, because it'll probably butter me up for the Draymond story.
Yeah, because that was just like a week or two ago.
Yeah. So
I saw that.
I don't know what was going on in my life where I someone asked me if I was like, hey Andy, did you get it to work out in the last tour or something like that? Did you get to the gym? And I just sent him a picture of Draymond lifting.
Yeah, because
with,
the one's he's in the back of
he's
the
got a wavy
trailer
bar on with 2 5s on each side.
doing some curls.
And he is killing it.
just a pure
Repping for 10,000.
Weird guys hanging out of his lip.
yeah, weird hooks coming out of his chin.
Yeah, so I sent him that picture, but obviously when I found that picture, I got caught in a Draymond wormhole of finding pictures of him that were just in the middle of talking.
The one you posted is him in a hot tub, and that one is just
incredible. So then it just started where I was like, oh my god, like look at this picture of him
looking at these right now.
in a hot tub. Another one of him working out. Another one with him in the middle of talking where it looks like he's like his like one eye is closed and like it's amazing. And then like the way I met this guy, it like makes it so much better that happened that way. You know, like it all makes sense.
Yeah.
Look at these tricep extensions.
It all came together.
Yeah, he's killing
Oh,
it
that's
right
like
there.
that's from the
straight.
same photo shoot you saw.
Yeah. It's in the back of like a truck.
Uh-huh.
So my Draymond story is this. We were recording a record out in California.
That's when you posted.
Yeah. Oh, I posted all of them.
Oh,
everything
my
that
bad.
you're looking at
You
right
just
now.
on your
I posted.
Instagram?
It was
Perfect.
10 perfect pictures of
I kind of
Draymond.
want to do this Draymond Crush Monday.
Yeah, Draymond Crush Monday. That's my hashtag.
Get in on it.
It's a very good
Do you
hashtag.
mind?
Please.
Cool.
I would love it. If
I mean,
someone started.
I invented Terry Tuesday.
Yeah.
I was the first one to do
Yeah,
Terry
because
Tuesday.
a lot of people
I
do it
love
now.
that.
Yeah.
Quote. You should keep that. That
Yeah.
should be like
Hashtag
in your heading.
Terry Tuesday.
Professional. What is your bio say on your Instagram?
I don't have one.
You don't have an Instagram.
No.
The
Oh, I have an Instagram. I just don't have a bio for it.
I definitely follow you. The fuck. Get a bio.
I should.
Tell the world about yourself in your bio.
I'm going to.
Things that you're interested in. Piercings.
Hook
Dragon
piercings.
tattoos.
Hook piercings coming out of your chin. Your
Yeah.
lip that wrap around your chin.
Man, what's so wrong with that?
Yeah. NWO.
So you were saying the
Stuff
first time
you're
you met
into.
him?
So yeah, we were in Orange County recording a record, right? And Howard from Killswitch had hit me up. He was like, "Hey man, you guys are in Orange County. If you guys have some time, we're playing LA tonight. We're playing at the Wiltern." And it was them, Dragon Force, Chimera, and someone else. I can't.
You don't
remember
even know
who
how
else
much
was on
money
it.
I'd have dropped on that concert.
That's, I saw it at Rapids
You'd
Theater
love
in
it.
Buffalo.
Yeah,
Jordan
so did I.
took us. Yeah.
Yeah, I went to that. So
I had to pay a
It was like
stupid
a
amount of money.
brutal
for that.
snowstorm.
yeah, so we walk in, and that day something was going on where I wasn't. I remember I was kind of in a very ornery mood that day, and when I get in an ornery mood, the lips start flying.
Lips get a little loose.
I'll start saying shit to anyone.
I love the term loose lips.
Yeah,
It's hilarious.
So I go and get my ticket or whatever like that. I hit up Howard. Howard meets me at the side door. As soon as we get to this side door, I walk in. I see a little dog, and I'm like, "Oh my god, little dog!" And I start petting this little dog.
Naturally.
When I looked up, there was a certain porn star that at one point in time had the world record for
Oh no.
gangbang and
okay.
like the most dudes or whatever. And the first thing that came out of my mouth was, "I've seen your butthole." Her boyfriend did not like that at
Right?
all. Who was at the time in a band with a friend of mine. I don't want to. That's no name. I can't name names. They weren't on the show.
No problem.
But he was living in Hollywood at the time and whatever. And it was just like, dude, like, it's not like it's not true.
Yeah.
It's not like I said something dastardly to her. I was like, she at one point in time she did something with her butthole that like blew fire out of it.
Whoa.
So like, yeah, I've seen your butthole.
Yeah.
It was out there.
You can't be offended if it's...
Yeah, that's it. Like, anyways, so then Dragon Force gets done playing. I can't stand that band, so it just wasn't a thing to me. Like that was like the most like non-remembering thing. Like out of the I just remember, oh, hey guys, and then boom,
Okay.
we get downstairs and Chimera we had like toured with a bunch. So those are my guys. I go downstairs and in their dressing room they're all huddled around something, and I was like, hey guys, what's up? And they all just turned and just ran towards me. Oh my god, it's Andy! Yeah. And then, like, they weren't going back to what they were hovering. They just like walked out. So then I was left in a room with a little bald man named Draymond.
Oh.
And he did this like. Now, obviously, this is very embellished because it's become lore in my brain through the years. But he like, remember in like vampire movies where like there's like they glide, there's like no walking motion.
Yeah.
He kind of did that.
Whoa.
Like to me, like, but his hand was out, like
For a shake?
To kiss,
but,
your,
like,
to kiss his ring.
It looked like that. Like he reached his hand out and he goes, "I'm David." and I didn't know what to do to this weird hand.
Like a magician.
So I just grabbed the tip of his finger, and I was like, "I'm Andy." And then he goes, "What do you do?" And my response back to him was, I can't have this conversation right now. And I just walked away. That was me meeting Draven. I was like, I can't have this conversation right now.
Sorry,
he
man.
had the dudes in, like he had the lip guys in and stuff like that, and it was just like, I don't know what to say.
Well, was it
to this
like,
guy.
did everybody obviously powder out of the room? Because like, this is our chance to get the fuck out of here?
I have a feeling. Sorry, Chimera, if I just threw you under the bus.
That's what it sounds like.
But, yeah, so
This is our chance.
I posted those pictures, and I started getting all these text messages from people that were like, dude, what the fuck is going on? Are you okay? Like, that was like the thing, and I'm just like, dude, I'm having fun. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like this guy, like, there's these insane pictures of this dude. That's my phone going off under my balls.
My bad.
So, like, it's not like, I'm not dissing the dude.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like an honest tribute to the man's pictures that he's taken that are on the internet. Again, back to going the truth, they are on the internet.
Yeah, they really
I
happened.
am not making fun of them. If you read any of the things that I posted, not one of them makes fun of the guy.
Truth.
Right?
Because I read them all.
Of course you did. But it was a great bit for 10 pictures. And then there was only 3. I posted 3, and then I was like, I have to go hard. In the paint. I'm getting it. It got to a point where Keith, our singer, texts me and goes, Scott Ian wants to know what the fuck is happening. Why are you
blowing up
posting this thing?
Instagram.
Are you trying to get in a fight with this guy? And I was like, dude, I'm just having fun, man. I don't have any aspiration of fighting anyone in Disturbed. I honestly, like, that day.
Just trying to find out who taught you how to hate.
Yeah, is that like a lyric?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it is.
Thanks, Dick.
Going back to this, though, is like I have friends who I respect, such as Dick Justice,
Thank you.
that like Disturbed, and I've had dudes actually argue me and go, dude, they're actually heavy. Kevin Blackwood.
Yeah.
Like, they literally text me, and this is what it said. And sometimes Kevin can be pretty touchy, like with things. Like he can be pretty touchy about some things, right?
Facebook, got it.
Yeah. So
I've seen it.
Don't get me wrong, I like the guy.
He wrote back and he goes, I like Disturbed, right? And I was like, yeah, no shit. Like, more people like Disturbed than my band.
Yeah. And
Like
you said,
that is like that is a fact. That's a 100% fact. They're an enormous band.
Right.
And I'm just like, I'm not making fun of this dude, but these pictures are on the internet. Like,
and I'm just reposting them.
there's fucking embarrassing pictures of me on the internet.
Somebody who maybe follows you, who doesn't know of those pictures, and is a Disturbed fan, now they see those pictures.
Yeah.
Maybe even more of a fan.
Dude, there was a person that hit me up, and it was a straight up, like, Draymond. Does Draymond have, like, there has to be, like, a Draymanite, like a follower of Draymond?
Yeah.
Like, this person's thing was,
The Draymen.
it was like X, not Draymond X, or 6.
Oh, yeah, you showed this to me.
Draymond 6, like, this person had, like, the thing, shave their head, and then, like, almost
Like
every post
the
was
little
like,
Instagram picture
and
almost
obvious-
looks like him.
Yeah.
Obviously has already liberated his mind.
Yeah, was like, I am not Dave Draymond. Anyways, so I post those pictures, and then I like listened to like 4 records that day.
I thought you were gonna say 4 songs.
No, I listened
4
to
whole
4
albums.
whole records
Yeah.
that day. And what I need to say about that is there were some heavy riffs on there, and there's times where Draymond wants to be Maynard, like, hard. You get that though, right? Do you hear that? Like the Tool parts?
Yeah.
There's some like Tool-y parts.
Yeah.
But
More so the newer. Than the
I
older.
gotta say that I only listened to the first 4.
Okay.
I feel like
there's- I think there's 6.
that's a bold like a bold thing is like first 4. But then the one where the logo turns into like a little demon head, like the horns, is that the 3rd record?
I don't know, man.
I feel like
I'm not that.
He's like
I feel like the 3rd.
Dick, you're
not a
Disturbed
Draymond.
connoisseur, right?
You're not a Draymond.
No, like Disturbed was my first concert. No, Disturbed was my second concert.
What was your first?
Bon Jovi.
Like,
Bon Jovi.
Yes.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah, it was
With who else?
great. I went to Toronto.
Is this country Bon Jovi?
This was like
Bob
right
Jovi, the country star.
Billy Bob Jovi.
Yeah.
This is right before country Bon Jovi.
Okay.
When one of the only times I liked a Disturbed song was the like we were talking about good remakes earlier.
Yeah.
The Stone
Fuck, there's two.
Yeah.
We'll rewind. The remake of Dawn of the Dead, which is probably better. I think the remake's fucking awesome.
Yo, we need to go to that mall.
Yeah. It's not. Where is it?
It's not
again?
that far. It's like right outside of Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Let's
take a fucking road trip.
Let's do it now.
Fuck wrestling.
When the remake.
Yeah, you might as well get back in the car. I got the drive.
I got the
boys.
rental till tomorrow, so let's.
I got the drive, boys.
You got the time.
We got 3 bangers left.
When the remake. When the remake of fucking Dawn of the Dead ends, like they get to the island and they think they're safe, and then it's like handheld camera, and all the zombies come running out, and then it just kicks in Down with the Sickness. It's like, and then the credits start rolling. It's fucking awesome. Yeah, man. I remember being in the theater like, whoa, that was fucking sweet. That's my Disturbed story, which blows after Andy's. But
I don't really have. I'm
a Dramonite.
I won tickets to go see Disturbed.
With who?
Who did I go with? A friend of mine from high school.
I didn't mean that, but who else was on the show? You got to use we use full names on this show. So who was it? The friend that you went with?
His name was Jason
Sifkarovsky.
Okay,
there you go. You got to use the full name.
Yeah. He's been one of my good friends since first grade.
Definitely need to use his full name then. Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
Shout out
to
listening to this,
Jason.
man.
What's his nickname?
He doesn't have one. He's Jason.
You don't call him Siffy?
No.
Yeah, what was his last name again?
Sifkarovsky.
You got to call him
Yeah,
Sif.
Sif. Come on, man.
No,
It's like,
man.
that's
You're just adding a
shit
Y.
writes itself.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No. He's Jason.
Like you said, though, like adding Y's to some people's names is it's a touchy subject to some guys.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. I do it all the time, but
Yeah.
I talked about this before. Remember you were saying how I was calling MVP P the whole time?
Oh, yeah.
I did ask Carl about it, and everybody called him P. Because I was like, I thought I fucked it up. Everyone was calling him V.
Dude, so when we did that, those 2 shows, the whole time he's just calling him P, like over and over again. I was like, yo, is he in? MVP? Like, what the fuck?
And then I knew they called him so, and then I was like, wait a minute, it might be V. Like after like 2 days, but thank God I was on
just because he loved the TV show V.
I was on the right track.
You got a 33% chance of getting it right.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Totally right.
M's good, man.
I was gonna say something because we were talking about the fucking Dawn of the Dead remake, and we just talked movies for like
The
2
whole
hours.
You
trip.
talked Predator.
Yeah, we talked a lot about Predator.
Predator 2. Did you like Predator 2, right?
It was okay. I mean, not my
Come on, man.
favorite.
Like, well,
Why were you like? Was he talking me up about being a Predator 2?
No,
fan?
no.
I will say this:
a lot of people shit on it.
movies with Busey definitely get
Exactly.
a couple percentages up.
So you enjoyed the Ginger Dead Man.
We've talked about that before.
I've
You
never
and I
seen-
talked Ginger Dead Man.
Because there's more. Is he just the voice in the first one?
He's just the voice in the first one.
Okay. But I remember, like, on the cover,
Yeah.
like, they make it apparent, like,
Yeah, like-
Nick Nolte
He's on-
voice. Is it
No,
Nolte
Gary
or Gary?
Busey.
Oh, Busey, voice
Can you
of.
imagine? Oh
A racist cookie.
God damn it!
Nick Nolte brings his script from 48 Hours to the Ginger Dead Man.
Son of a bitch.
He's great.
Yeah, Nolte's great.
Was Busey?
Nolte's. I'll tell you what. Mugshots. You want to talk mugshots?
Yeah, the stringy
Again,
hair one.
on the internet, not making fun of them. The Nick Nolte mugshot and Rip Torn's are like the
Rip
two.
Torn's is
I think
weird.
Rick Torrance is
the
crazy.
2 best.
Because of who
dude.
Rip Torn is, especially. Too.
Yeah. How about the fact that guy's real name is probably like Gary Sadowski, and he was like, I want to be Rip Torn.
How about his gimmick? Where did that come from? Like,
Rip
it's a
Torn?
big- yes. He's the one who comes out and, like, throws the shit everywhere.
No, you're thinking of Rip Taylor.
It's Rip Taylor.
Yeah.
Who's Rip? Oh, Rip. Fuck. Okay.
Rip Torn.
Rip Torn's
Freddy
a-
got fingered.
Yeah.
I just watched him
Damn you.
I just watched him at Men in Black.
Oh,
And-
yeah.
But dude,
That
as
too. That
as
too.
the dad in fucking Freddy Got Fingered, he is perfect.
If you haven't seen Freddy Got Fingered, it's on my list with like MacGruber and Hot Rod. Like,
yeah, we were
just
just
talking about Hot Rod.
as well. And he hasn't seen MacGruber.
what?
Yeah.
I've been looking for a DVD copy of
They're
it.
making a MacGruber too.
Really? Thank
I
God.
promise you I'll see MacGruber before.
MacGruber is the sleeper
Yeah.
of movies
It's so fucking
in Hot
good,
Rod
man.
too. And then we were because you took me to see Popstar.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know when it came out. Like I hadn't even heard about it.
I was asleep.
What?
I came home from like Europe that day. And you were like, "Yeah, want to see a movie?" I was sure, and went, and I fell asleep and
I
woke
could've
up
swore
during
you
the
hit me
dick
up.
part.
That's
I definitely did.
That's the dick part is fucking.
Yeah.
That literally might be one of
Amazing.
the funniest things I've ever seen in a movie.
Amazing.
Of all time. That's what we talked about.
I love, dude, Dewey Cox. The
Oh,
dick
we
part,
talked
Dewey
about that
Cox.
too.
we talked about doing. Yeah.
I could talk dick scenes all day. We talked about jerk scenes.
Need more didgeridoos. 50,000 didgeridoos.
Do you go to? I mean, I feel like this should be an ongoing thing. We have these ongoing things. But
What?
like, what was your like most tugged thing?
This could be like our
when you
third.
first started tugging.
I told you because our first is On Paper. Andy's segment On Paper.
Yeah.
And then I have It's a Great Time to Be Alive.
Right.
When I talk about cool shit.
And now
that-
this is
yeah,
this
now
is
last
tug
time
time.
we got pretty
tug
into,
time
like-
with Dick Justice.
Oh man, I started out pretty basic with like the usual like Jenna Jameson was pretty hot around then.
I'm talking like
movie
this is
scenes.
what- yeah, we're talking
Like, you know, like you're 14 and watching a movie and all of a sudden like a sex scene hits and you're like,
oh
whoa,
my god,
I've never
you are
seen
straight
anything.
is hard as a rock. Like it's like your dick.
Like,
could
I didn't see
break
that coming.
granite.
I've never seen anything like this before.
Dude,
Yeah.
I don't think I think I went straight to
You want to know
porn.
something? He's a little younger, so you lived in a digital age where you
I
could
did.
just hop right on the internet.
That
and see
porn
a
was
tit.
available all
Yeah.
the time.
I was jerking off to like scrambled porn.
I still
That's how old I am.
I had that.
but I would have to go like it was like
I was
straight up-
spoiled, man. I couldn't do it. I bet
How
this
about
is
this?
this is below me.
The fact that I would wait. It was like it was like one Thursday every single month. My mom would get the Victoria's Secret thing,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I was like, if
Oh,
Claudia Schiffer's nipple shows in
Yeah.
this picture,
I'm
dead.
I am
explode.
fucking taking this straight to the woods and having a romantic time.
And I
the
do
woods.
remember the first time I found behind my dad's bar. He had like a bar he built in the basement.
Yeah.
And like underneath some platters, I found some like hardcore porn mags.
Yes.
And like I remember the first time I opened it up. And I saw like a girl like spreading her vagina, like I almost threw up. I was
Yeah.
like, I was not turned on at all.
Have you-
I was like, it was way
So,
too much for me.
Do you at least remember the first porn you ever saw? Like the first time you actually saw a penis going into
Well,
a
here's the
vagina?
thing. So we had satellite TV growing up,
Yeah.
and I had one of those boxes
Oh,
that
yeah.
had all the channels unlocked.
Yeah.
So
Hell yeah.
I went from nothing.
Channel 595.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I
a
went
real
from
thing?
Oh yeah.
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 I went from nothing to
Everything.
everything.
Yeah. That's how like and when you're on a bus, like when you're on a tour bus,
Yeah.
and you have a TV system, Channel 595 is like the hard
Like
shit.
still like today?
Yeah, still to this day. You get on a bus, 595 goes right on.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's so weird. Like
Yeah.
with the internet and everything, like
I get that.
just there's still
I mean,
porn
it's
channels.
shot porn though.
Yeah.
So you're not seeing like you're not seeing jizz shots and stuff like that.
Oh, it's like the
They're
like
doing everything but the
like
finish.
Skinamax porn
No,
stuff.
I mean there's Penny, but you know.
Okay. Good Penny. Penny was a good one. That was some good shop talk right there with Penny.
Once I found out that there was like stuff on Cinemax, I was like, oh, okay. But man, I started off. I went head first.
Yeah.
I didn't dip my toes in. I just went head first.
Yeah.
So when that stuff would show up on Cinemax, I was like, there's no fucking there's no squirting. What is
Yeah,
this?
yeah. This is too easy.
You're like, you're just like, what am I, a peasant? At that point,
Like I go to my dad's, but dad, get the real porn.
yeah,
Be a fucking grown up and get the real porn.
yeah.
I
There would be like some times where like I'd be like watching something and just see a nipple, and it would be like just totally just static, and then there'd be a nipple, and
Yeah.
I'd be like mid tug.
This is my
I'd be
time.
like, oh, this is great, and then it unscrambles a little bit, and it's just kind of like a chubby dude. Just tit.
a hefty
And you're
guy's
just like,
a hefty guy's boob.
fuck, man. You know what I mean? Like,
Whoops.
I've been tugging to this dude for 2 minutes now. Whatever.
What can you do?
One of the first porns I saw, I should have taught him when Mitch was on the podcast because Mitch was with me. Like, I found my dad's porn, and then, of course, you invite your friends over.
Of course.
And it was a Girl Scout. There was a Girl Scout troop, and their name
Very
was
creepy.
Their name was the Eager Beavers.
Yeah.
And there was a scene where, like,
Was it the one where Tara Patrick's selling coffee?
No, Tara Patrick was not in this porn.
She probably wasn't born then.
Yeah, and there was definitely a scene where like a 60, 70-year-old like scout leader with like gray hair bangs one of it's disgusting. Not cool. Sorry, guys. I just really took all the fucking energy out of the room.
Yeah, man.
With that terrible
Yeah,
porn.
To quote David Draymond, just stop.
I'm trying to find it.
Great
right
throwback.
Now. Eager Beavers 7.
Yeah,
It's actually a
kept going.
it's a
And there was like a theme song.
There's as many of those as there are Star Wars.
I guarantee you, Mitch. I guarantee you, Mitch remembers the theme song. I should ask him to sing.
First porn I ever tugged to. The first actual porn I ever saw. My dad had a porn called "Educating Nina" with Nina Hartley.
Ooh, I don't know who that is.
Oh my god! Still to this day, like she's like 60 something.
Yeah,
and I'm still.
Still got it going on.
You know who I'm talking about?
Of course I do.
Oh my god, dude!
Oh,
There was a
'cause
couple years
once
ago.
I found out you could find it on the internet,
Oh yeah.
I was
There was
like-
this is about 4 or 5 years ago. I went into a porn shop and saw that you could buy a Nina Hartley fleshlight.
Oh,
It was $70, and I almost forked it out. I was that close. Nina Hartley is like a dream girl because it was the first time I ever saw a woman take control of a man.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
yeah.
It was nice.
Gotcha.
She was educating.
Right,
It wasn't her getting educated.
You learned a thing that day.
She was educating.
He learned and you learned.
Yeah.
Were you? I don't think you were at one of the last Smash shows. I think you were sitting out in the audience. I won't throw.
As I do, I'm a total mark.
Yeah. Well,
Go ahead.
I won't throw brother under the bus. We'll see if he talks about it on the podcast when we have him on. But he was like holding court till like Laura was there, and who did she work against? Alexia Nicole.
Yeah.
They were the two girls and then some other guys, but like he was just educating them how like every dude knows what a fleshlight is because they didn't know what a fleshlight was.
Yeah.
Your wife.
Like, they were
Laura didn't know what a fleshlight was.
Oh, sorry.
Banger.
Banger. They were just blown away by the fleshlight, and that there were chicks that have them like made. I can't talk. Go take that.
So there's chicks that have them
I got something in
molded.
my throat. Yeah, to them.
They're molded. I get it.
Yeah, they were blown away.
Yeah.
Cool story, man.
Thanks, guys.
If you don't know what a flashlight is, it's real weird. It looks like a flashlight.
Yeah.
You unscrew a top, and then there's a little rubber vagina
Yeah,
there.
and you can't see in the dark with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't
Definitely
really
not.
It doesn't work.
at all.
Yeah, should we talk about like wrestling maybe a little bit?
Yeah.
With him?
I guess.
Yeah.
Huh?
I guess. I was really
guess
enjoying
sucks.
David Draymond and porn.
Yeah. The two things you definitely think of, David Draymond and then porn right after.
Right.
Well, I mean, now that we're already 30, 45 minutes in, but like
Yeah.
to like, music fan, like E-Tid fans and stuff like that who don't know, like
Yeah.
Dick is a wrestler. Super Cop Dick Justice.
Something.
Yeah, based off, you got the gimmick from Super Troopers pretty much, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was more of like the gimmick literally just fell into my lap,
Yeah.
like by accident. Mm-hmm. And then I decided that Dick Justice was going to be Southern.
Yeah.
Like in the car ride home, I was playing around with the voice, and then people were like, "Oh, you stole that from Buford T. Justice and Smokey and the Bandit." And I was like, "I don't know what you're talking about."
Yeah.
So then I watched the movie. I was like, "Oh, that's me.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
The name, everything is me." Fine.
Yeah. See, I didn't know that.
Very cool, though.
So, I don't know. This is the first interview I've ever done with not in character. It's refreshing.
Yeah, he was asking me, he's like, "Do you want me to do it in character?" And I was like, "No, not at all. That sounds horrible."
Do you remember
Maybe
your-
for 5 minutes.
So we talked porn.
Right.
Do you remember? So obviously you love porn. Still to this day?
Who doesn't?
Okay, and you obviously still love wrestling.
Yeah.
Okay, so what was your first...
I was going to say, don't ask me which one I like more, because we're going to be here for a while. I don't know, man.
No, but do you remember your first wrestling memory?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
It was Jenna Jameson.
ECW.
the first wrestling I ever watched on television was, so WCW came to town, and I had been playing the WCW game for Nintendo,
Yeah.
but this was like an old game.
So
Wait,
the
like
one with Hot Stuff?
Uh,
Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert, LOD.
Are you talking about
I can name
original?
every dude on
you
that
talking about like
game.
Super Nintendo or
no,
like?
I had the WrestleMania game. I'm sorry.
Okay.
WrestleMania for Nintendo.
Yeah.
That NWA game
Guys already used to talk about
is-
that.
that one was
I've never
good.
seen it.
changed my life.
Yeah.
That literally was like, I remember that might be the catalyst of what made me say fuck WWE or WWF at that time, because I
Right.
just wasn't into it, and like you could be Flair on that.
Yeah.
Hot
Stuff.
I just played pro wrestling with like Starman.
Oh, yeah.
The
Yeah.
Amazon.
King Kong.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Fuck yeah.
So I was really into this WrestleMania game. I'd never watched wrestling a day in my life.
Yeah.
And my dad was like, "Hey, that guy on the video game is going to be here." And I was like, "Oh, really? That's awesome."
Games are real.
That's exactly how I was
Yeah,
like.
yeah.
This video game is real? I thought it was just Like, I thought it was like fighting and stuff. So, I had an assignment. I failed the assignment in school.
Perfect.
Oh.
And my dad's like, sorry, dude. Can't go.
Oh.
So,
Really?
yeah, bummer. But he still taped it on television for me to watch the next day.
That's cool.
So he gave me the tape, and I popped it in. And the first match I've ever seen is Disco Inferno versus Stevie Ray on Monday Night Nitro.
Awesome.
I don't remember the match at all.
Great first
Yeah,
memory.
you should watch that tonight.
Yeah.
Well, you should go to sleep first. Maybe wake up tomorrow.
What?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But the first angle I remember is Jericho mimicking Goldberg with like the fake Goldberg, and then
yeah.
Goldberg coming out, and I saw this monster of a man, and I was like,
Whoa.
"Who's that guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That dude's a monster
Because he must be the best wrestler of all time.
of all time."
Yeah.
And that's the day I fell in love with wrestling.
Yep.
Yeah. And around the mouth goatees.
Right.
And
bald
That I
head.
can't-
tribal tattoos.
That I can't grow.
Yeah. You
Cannot-
can't go around the mouth?
I can't grow a tribal tattoo to save my life. No, I can't.
Oh, yeah.
I can't grow the goatee either. This is all I can get.
Yeah,
and
we
then
probably know the connectors.
or a horrible beard that just looks
Patchy.
Yeah.
You're still young.
You mean there's still time?
Yeah.
My father has
You're
the
looking.
most.
You're looking at a flawless beard.
I see that.
There's no holes.
I see that.
It fills in rather nicely.
My father's mustache is just as good, and I'll say this:
How big is his upper lip? I got a big upper lip.
it's not as big as yours.
Yeah.
But my father's mustache, and I will say this, is just as good as Don Fry's.
Really?
Swear to God.
Has he had it as long as Don Fry?
Yeah, longer.
That's cool.
That's great.
Do you remember when Don Fry just had a ponytail with black hair? It was in New
fucking-
Japan.
Oh, yeah.
It was sick.
Wrestling Scott Norton.
Yeah, remember when he was in Godzilla 2000?
Yeah.
I never saw that.
Yeah.
Is it good?
I don't remember.
Yo, do you remember him in what was that movie with? Oh fuck! What was the movie with Johnny Depp about like mobsters? It came out like not that long ago.
Oh, yeah, shit. With him and
It was supposed to be about like Darren,
Not Darren
the Irish.
Dillinger?
Wait, the Irish one?
John Dillinger.
The Irish one?
No, that's Lawless.
Okay.
You're thinking of, but same time period. But basically,
No, I'm thinking of he played like a guy from Boston. But then there's the other one where it's Johnny Depp, and I think
Sorry, guys, I got the app.
Batman Brothers in it too.
Christian Bale.
Yeah, is that the one you're
I
thinking
think
of?
he is in that.
Yeah,
It's about. I think it's about John Dillinger. I think it's about like the
Don Fry's in it.
Public Enemies.
yeah.
There
Public
it is.
Enemies,
That's it. Okay.
Yo, he was in Big Stan? Oh, my God. I didn't know
Stan's
that.
great.
I had this old manager at an old job, and he like, I'm sure you get people that do this. Like he was like, oh, you do wrestling. So he like gave me this like MMA DVD, and it was just like it's not UFC. It's just like an offshoot MMA.
Hey, man, do you like King of the Cage?
Yeah, like here, check
Hey
this
man,
out.
you train UFC.
Exactly.
Hey man, you train UFC.
Like when people think like pro wrestling is WWE and
Yeah.
MMA is UFC.
You train WWE.
Yeah. My buddy brought up the best point. Like, if you wear like a UFC shirt,
Yeah.
that's pretty much like you might as well just wear like an NFL shirt. Like,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, I don't like any teams. I just love the NFL. You know, I like everything.
Someone has a bit about that. A stand-up comedian has a bit
Really?
about that where it's
That's
just
incredible.
like there's like dudes that will just wear like, hey man, I'm not just into the Chicago Bears, but I'll wear every team logo on like one leather jacket that I got at Christmas time. You know what I mean? Aunt Becky bought this for me, and you know she's been a great aunt.
I just love football, man.
I just like the game of foot.
I just love the game.
Yeah, I like the ball. Foot.
The whole thing.
Yeah.
You know,
You train UFC, man?
Don Fry did the commentary on this like
Yeah, oh my
offshoot.
God.
Yeah, like the main event was like the Dean Amin. Like this is when he just left UFC. He was like in the main event. Like I'm pretty sure Don
Oh,
Fry's
you're talking
hammered.
about it was Elite XE.
I don't know.
Or like it was either that or it was you're talking to a UFC mark. Like MMA mark.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was because he used to do commentary for it was either Elite XE or
Well,
the one that fucking
he was wearing a cowboy hat.
Yeah.
He had the American flag like button up shirt with the
Yes.
whole shirt is like an American
Yes.
flag. Pretty sure he was hammered. His
Yes.
his commentary at one point, like they were talking about like a match being tough, and he's like, "Yeah, this is rough, like prison sex."
Yeah.
He's like, "It's dirty," but and he's like swearing, and it's like,
Yeah.
"Holy shit!"
Whoa.
It's great, dude.
whoa.
while we're talking, can I just tell you my Stephen Bonner story from the Impact tapings real quick?
Sure. He's like a wrestler now.
Well, they did at the Bound for Glory pay-per-view. They've been doing an angle with like American Top Team and Bobby Lashley, and then they did a
Dick, were you part of this?
Yeah,
No.
Dick Justice.
Oh yes, I was. They beat me up.
Yeah, they did. They beat
got
Dick
beat up?
up.
Yeah, by all of American Top Team.
I hate that.
It's awesome.
Okay. I mean, I like the fact that you got TV time.
Yeah,
But I just hate them.
they're super tough.
Not my least favorite, or they're now my least favorite MMA team.
I mean, it wasn't their fault.
Okay.
I was
Well,
just,
as long as
I
it
was,
was someone else's
I was just
fault.
there.
Okay, yeah, and they were
They're
just
like the
pissed
next
off.
guy that I see, I'm gonna beat their ass. And
Yeah,
I'm just like,
there he
hey,
is.
I'm just like, hey, y'all, can I join your team? And then kick to my stomach, choke to death.
Yeah,
But that could have been anybody.
but living here now.
Right.
So not straight to death, just close.
Just real close.
Pass out.
I'm glad you
Yeah.
made it.
I got me a cup of coffee and I felt fine.
Okay.
They did a tag match, and then when the match was over, like it was a busy day, so I hadn't really talked to any of them, or there was just a lot going on, and I was like in the back walking, and Stephen Bonner was like all sweaty and like getting undressed.
Way bigger than you thought.
Oh yeah,
He's big, right? Like tall.
yes, and like a big man.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
big. Like
I heard Shelson and him are like two dudes who are like, you see both of them and you're like,
I always heard the same thing about Forrest Griffin.
way
too.
bigger than you thought. Well, he used to wrestle. He used to fight as a heavyweight.
Yeah.
Like
They
before
say
he
walks-
signed to UFC.
Everybody would say it, like he's way bigger in person than
Yeah.
you think. But Bonner too, because I met him in Orlando a couple months back, and I just looked over and he was at a table talking. I saw him from
Yeah.
behind, and it's like he just looks like oh, that guy does something. He's,
Yeah.
he's a big guy. Yeah. But he was getting undressed, and like it's kind of like I kind of felt bad because I never, we'd been there for 8 hours already. I hadn't talked to him at all.
Yeah.
And he's getting undressed, and I'm walking right by him. There's nobody else around, and we kind of like made eye contact, and I was like, I don't
Here's
want
the thing. Dick out.
Yeah.
He was undressed.
Actually,
If you guys want to get the image here,
yeah.
they were both naked in the locker room.
Locker room talk.
Yeah.
So then finally I was like, I look like a dick if I don't say nothing. So
You looked at his dick?
it just real quick, I was like, how was it, man? Did you have fun? He just goes, fuck yeah, man. Like he was so fired up.
Conversation over.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, Stephen Bonner.
Yeah, he was just like, I was like, that's awesome, man. He's like, I didn't get hurt. I had a great time. Then he was laughing because King Mo got busted open and had to get stitches.
Oh, shit.
And he's like, I'm usually the one that gets cut, and King Mo got busted open. He was like, that was awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
He just had like an amazing time.
That's
pro
great.
wrestling.
Good. Yeah, I saw him booked for something that wasn't Impact.
I think all the guys that did that match, I saw that. I'm pretty sure they worked like an indie show in Florida as a tag team just to like get some wrestling experience,
Okay,
and like
'cause
Lashley
I-
was in it too.
I could have swore it was like
It was Vegas, wasn't it, or something?
something. And he worked for something. Like he has a match coming up.
A pro wrestling match? Maybe he is doing more. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm pretty
like
sure.
Chael Sonnen did a bunch of like the Global Force stuff in
Yeah.
Vegas. That's not what you're thinking of?
No.
Oh, okay.
I saw like Stephen Bonner versus it was like, and I'm just using this like it was like AIW, AAW.
Oh.
Like it was like
You're not thinking of, because Tom Lawler's been doing a bunch of stuff too,
no,
right?
Not Tom.
Was it Black Label Pro?
I don't remember. But I saw him like on a bill.
What were you
And
saying?
I looked at it and was like, what the fuck?
You were saying Tom Lawler's like a super good dude.
Well, yeah,
I never
rules.
met him. That's
He
great.
rules.
Filthy Tom.
Yeah.
You have like you honestly like anyone that takes that much time into their entrance
Yeah.
is great.
What do you mean? What does he do?
You never saw his entrance
No.
in the
It's
UFC? Oh my god. He came out as Severn once.
Oh, that's great.
Like with a mustache, black.
Yeah.
Did
And
like
a
all
towel and the shirt
yeah,
and stuff.
And like wiped his armpits off before he like
God,
weighed
that's
in.
great.
And then fought the next day like that.
That's great.
He did
you-
he did Shockmaster like for a weigh-in.
Oh man,
Really?
Yeah, he actually had the whole Shockmaster outfit. When he came through the apron, he fell and everything, and then like weighed in.
How had I never heard of that before?
did you see that he came out as Dan Severn at
Versus Dan
AIW,
Severn.
and then ended up fighting Dan Severn?
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, God.
incredible.
That's amazing.
Check that out, Smart Mark video.
Shout out to Smart Mark Video. That's great.
Yeah, he's like, I don't know, like in tune with that shit. He did the Just Bleed guy.
Yeah.
I remember that was like one of his first things, like the tip, like UFC. There's this one meme of this dude like screaming at the camera, and he's like shirtless. It just says just like with written "Just Bleed" on his chest.
Oh, really?
It's all he wanted to see.
Yeah.
Someone bleed.
Right.
Just bleed.
I'm here for blood, pretty
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
That's gross.
Yeah.
Dick, put over, because you said MMA Brother was putting over your your suicide video. Well, like when you were talking dude down from the top rope.
Which one was that?
At AIW. Because
No, that was the dude from American Top Team.
Yeah, but he'd seen the video.
Yeah, he
right?
saw the video where I did the jumper spot where I seen the dude down.
Basically, the dude was like up top going for a dive, right?
Yeah, it was Marion Fontaine. He's on the top rope. He's going to dive, and I talk him down like he's a suicide jumper. And I'm just like, you don't have to do this. I sing Jumper by Third Eye Blind. The music plays in the background.
Yeah.
The crowd sings along. I will understand. I've actually done that 3 times now.
Did it get over as well every time?
It got over 2 of the 3 times.
Gotcha.
It got over well at AIW.
Uh-huh.
It got over well at Limitless.
Uh-huh.
It did not go over well at all at PCW in Liverpool.
Ah.
Also, they hated me.
Okay. Why? Yeah.
I don't know.
What do you think
I thought the CZW fans were mean.
Yeah.
But these people were just trying to hurl like personal insults at me.
That's
And
Preston City Wrestling. Right?
Yeah.
Oof, man.
And they were malicious.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh, come on, guys. I'm trying to have a good time.
Yeah. Hey, guys.
3,500 miles away from home.
Exactly.
And they're just like, fuck you, man.
I'm over at the UK for my first time. Just have a great time.
Can we please? Please? And I'm like, I'm trying. I'm like, come on, guys. I'm not that bad. I'm not even doing any of my, I'm doing some of my comedy stuff, but I'm still trying to wrestle.
I'm really working hard,
And
I
they're
promise.
like, we don't care.
Yeah.
And then, I did the meet and greet thing afterwards, and other fans were coming up to me and being like, "Hey man, I'm really sorry about those people."
Don't think that's all of us.
And I heard those were people from a rival promotion in that area
Oh, that's weird.
that were just there to be jerks.
Oh, just try to ruin the show.
Yeah.
That's weird. There's a lot of that in Cleveland, isn't there? Or there used to be, at least.
Oh, I don't.
I think AIW is kind of taken over by now, but I remember hearing for a while that Cleveland was real bad with that, with rival promotions and.
I guess.
That was
that happens all the time. Places.
I've been around for 20 years, so this was probably 8 years ago.
It could have been.
And I'm trying to talk like it was yesterday.
Yeah.
That happens.
Yeah, my dad does that a lot.
I had a guy one day, we played, it was Ozfest. Ozfest, the year we did it, there were so many bands on it that you would go on stage at 9:30. If you were the first band playing, you would go on at 9:30 in the morning.
God.
And that's terrible. We played in Denver at 9:30 in the morning.
It's not a prime spot.
It now is. It's amazing.
Oh, really?
And our show, we've had shows there before this that were amazing, and then just this day was just the day they weren't having us.
Oof.
And I remember Keith went out in a Michael Jackson shirt.
Mm-hmm.
It was really cold that day. I remember playing in a jacket, really cold that morning. And from the minute we got out there to the minute we walked off stage, people were just hating us. Literally just
Booing.
get the fuck off stage. Blah, blah, blah. And I remember this specifically. The last thing that was out on stage was my pedal board. Mm-hmm. And I walked out to get it, and a guy was like, hey. And I look over.
Oh, no.
And I'm like, yeah, what's up, man? He goes, get off the stage, faggot.
Oh, man.
Right to my face, and I was like, I'm going home.
Yeah.
And I remember grabbing
I was trying to get off the stage.
grabbing my pedal board, and I'm walking off stage, and our manager was right there, and I was like, get me a plane ticket. I'm going home.
Yeah.
I don't want to do this
I've
anymore.
had enough. Oh, my God.
That was 2004. And I was just I'm going home. I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah.
That's it. That was one of the roughest experiences of my
That's
life.
how I felt.
But then, after, again, you said, there was we had to do signings every day for Jägermeister. Mm-hmm. That was definitely not I've never had it in my life, so I don't even know what it tastes
Yeah,
like.
they're going to put that over the
Do
whole
you like
time.
black licorice?
It's okay.
Do you like black licorice that's lit on fire?
I mean, I've never had that.
That's Jaeger.
Okay, cool. I'll never drink it. But
Goes really well with Dr. Pepper.
then people come up, and they're just yeah, it was a great show, man. Sorry about those guys. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm just you're a demon. Even though you're saying something nice to me, you're not nice.
Yeah, I'll never be able to associate that place with good memories.
Yeah, Liverpool
Because
is now
after,
shot.
because I was texting you guys when I was trying to go on the Ferris wheel,
Yeah.
and they wouldn't let me on.
Oh, man.
So I waited. There was no line, and there was nobody at the ticket booth. So I just walked up, and I saw that it was $10. So I had the $10 in my hand, and I'm sitting in the car after I waited in line. And this guy comes over. He's like, "Hey, can I see your ticket?" And I was like, "I don't know where to get a ticket from. There's nobody in the ticket booth."
Yeah.
And he's like, well, if you want to ride the Ferris wheel, you got to get a ticket. And I was like, oh, can you just take my $10?
Yeah.
Like, just take, I have it right here. You can have
You
it.
literally can put that right in your pocket.
Yeah, you can do the honorable thing or you can do the dishonorable thing. I don't care. I just want to get up on top. I want to take a cool picture.
Yep.
I want to put a filter on it. And I want to save it forever.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted to do. And he's like, oh, man. He's like, I can't let you ride. And I'm like, but you can just take this money and let me ride and just put it in the register. Like, there's nobody there.
Pretty much the same thing,
Yeah.
Or
He's like, no, you got to go back through. And I said, fuck you, man. I'm not doing it.
yeah.
And I got off and I went to go to the Beatles Museum. That was $35. And I was like, no.
Yeah.
There's like a fast track that you can go through that's even more money.
Expensive.
So I bought a John Lennon t-shirt because I needed something.
Yeah. From Liverpool.
Yeah. And then I went and people just did not like me at all.
Yeah.
So after that, I got so drunk.
Easy place to get drunk.
So drunk.
Yeah.
They like drinking over there.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
And I drank until like 6 a.m. and then had to catch a Greyhound bus,
Nice.
a 7-hour bus ride.
To a show?
Yeah.
Nice.
At 7:30.
Great.
So, but I slept on the bus, sobered up,
Yeah.
went there.
Total pro wrestling move. I just slept on the bus,
Yeah.
slept it off.
I mean, the promoter was really nice. He was very nice. The roster was very nice, but there was just a pocket of fans
Yeah.
that were not nice.
Yeah.
Who did you wrestle?
I wrestled, I did a 6-man tag with 2 of the PCW students on my team, and then Easton Reese, I think his name is. He had 2 of the students on his team,
Yeah.
and that was it.
Yeah.
So I don't remember, like,
Like people like I watched the sweet Twitter war
Yeah.
of like people shitting on me, and then like a few people coming to my rescue,
There you
which
go.
is really
Yeah.
nice.
there you go.
And I'm like, oh, thanks, guys.
Yeah.
When I did that spot with Jimmy Havoc at Download Festival,
Uh-huh.
it was like kind of like my time. I'm the rocker.
Yeah.
Coming in there, I'm powerbombing their champion
Uh-huh.
through a table.
You're the dude.
And I remember we had to do like the whole, and I do this every single match of my life for wrestling, is a guy comes down and says, oh, you think you deserve to be in my ring? And then,
You're in my world now.
oh, yeah.
You're just a creatable
This isn't
character
the
in
stage.
SmackDown Know Your Role.
Yeah, that's all it is. So, like, and Jimmy worked it really well because Jimmy's like a really good at that. You know what I mean? So, like, he did it really weaselly and didn't do it like, I don't think he
Generic.
exactly said something like that. You know what I mean? But I remember, like, the whole crowd, like, chanting my name, and then I got out of the ring to go back. Like, I didn't do the powerbomb yet. This is just, like, the talking spot or whatever. And then I get out of the ring, I go, and, like, just one guy was like, hey, man, fuck you, man. Like, straight to my face, and I was so sad.
Yeah.
I had like 500 people chanting my name.
It's that one
That one
person.
guy.
One guy, I was just like... When I wrestled Kevin has this dude... Who's your super fan? The big dude with the beard at Smash?
Is his name Dan or something?
Dan.
Dan?
It's gotta be.
And, like, it was just... Like, that guy was, like, shitting on me on Twitter before this, like,
Yeah.
match with Kevin. And, like, shitting on me there. And then, like, I get there, and he's like... I want to say he, like, flipped me off to my face, like, on my walkout.
Yeah, and you can't break their fingers.
No, and his, like, girlfriend was mean to me. And then, like, we started wrestling, and I did a spot where I just put Kevin in his lap and started chopping him, like,
Yeah.
in his lap. And then I remember, like, I went out during intermission, and he was like, yo, man, I like you, man. Like, I hope there's not, like, blah, blah. Like, it's just like,
I didn't mean to hurt your feelings.
whatever, man. But I honestly was, like, bummed. I was like, man, like, I'm, like, a nice guy.
I don't like reactions like that don't bother me. To me, it's what sticks out in my head is like there was 2. I remember there was one I wrestled on like a fair show once, and it was like, the crowd was real light, and by real light I'm talking like single digits.
Jesus.
And then, like, because a fair show too, people are just kind of
course.
walking around in and out, and it was like ding ding ding. We get into it a little bit, like snap my brother over, put him in a whole look around. It's like there's nobody watching us.
Yeah.
Like we're wrestling for ourselves.
Yeah.
Like this. That's when my mind goes into like a different place of
Yeah.
like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
And then there was another time where the show was like at a school, so it was small. I mean, they barely fit 30 people in there. House was super light. I knew that, but I'd never looked out during the show. I wasn't even wrestling on the show. It was like my opponent for the next night had a match, and I had to go out there as the heel and like shit talk him at the end of his match to set up for the next night.
Yeah.
And like I went through the curtain, and it was like there was barely anybody there. Like I mean, like again, like single digits. And I just when I walked through the curtain, my mind just kind of shut off. I was like,
Oh boy.
oh my god, because like it's like a wrestling school where I went to. It wasn't HWA, but like I practiced there and stuff. And it was just like, is this like wrestling practice? Like, is this?
Yeah.
This doesn't feel real. Like I just went blank and completely forgot everything I was gonna say.
Yeah.
And I remember I don't even really remember what I said. Like because the whole time I was talking, I was just thinking this in my head. Like, oh my god, there's like nobody here. Like what the fuck?
Yeah.
And then like I just got done. I went to the back and I was just like, that was the fucking weirdest thing ever. Like, so like I don't know, like. I don't mind being a babyface and people are shitting on me. Like, I'll take reactions. It's just when there's, like, nothing, that's when I get weirded out.
I watched Brody King just wrestled Willie Mack.
Yeah.
And I, like, just rewatched that match.
It's probably dope.
It's awesome.
They did
and,
some
like,
shit.
Willie is, like... You could see there's certain points where Nate's, like, nervous. That was, like, one of Nate's, like, biggest matches was against Willie Mack. And he, like, looks up to Willie Mack. So, but, like, Willie Mack, like, they just really carried themselves really well with the crowd. Because, like, at one point in time, someone yells something when there's, like, a lull in the thing. And then they literally, like, are about to tie up. And then they just stop. And, like, they both look. And Willie Mack's like, what the fuck did you just say?
Yeah.
And, like, the dude says something, like, back. And he's like... And then Nate, like, said something. And I was like, that is fucking awesome. Because it's, like, kind of like breaking the fourth wall.
That's the best shit ever.
You know, where it's like, boom, and they just stop and they're like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Because that's the best shit. Because fans can tell that's organic.
Yeah.
It just kind of happened.
Yeah.
Sebastian Suave just told me a good one like that. Frankie the Mobster, like years ago.
Yeah.
Where like Frankie was going to like lock up with somebody, and like someone yelled out like a steroid comment or like him being on the gas or something.
Yeah.
He just goes, "Yes, lots of them," and then he locked up with the guy. So good.
He's
dude.
the fucking man.
Yeah.
I'm super bummed that I missed meeting him.
Yeah.
Have you ever met him?
No.
Oh,
I want to so bad.
He's the best.
Because for me, it was like, I had wrestled in Ontario for so long, I'd always heard about him, and I know the same thing about me. He's always heard about me for literally about 10 years, and then we just met within this past year, and it's like we've known each other for like you'll get along with him. Really
It's
well.
funny because there's like dudes. Have you ever met anyone where you're like, this guy is like an old aunt, or like not like they're not even like they're just like Hoya, for the bass player of Madball, is like an old Jewish mom. And how you doing? How you doing? Are you okay? Oh yeah. Oh, I saw you wrestling now. You know what I mean? Like he talks to you like that, and you're like, oh my god. Like last time we played with Madball, like Hoya's like telling me a story. He's like, yeah, I was there when Superfly went off the cage. Like in Madison Square Garden. I'm just like, really? And like you're talking to him, and then like I look up to Hoya. You know what I mean? Like Madball's been one of my favorite bands my entire life, but I'm looking at Hoya like he's like this old, like Spanish mom.
Yeah.
And he's like talking to me about like seeing Superfly go off the top of the cage.
And he's just asking you how you're doing, and trying to talk to you about things he knows you're interested in.
It was the reason. It's funny, and Frankie is the same type of person where like sometimes, like if you just close your eyes and don't put the beast that is standing in front of you, you get that same vibe. Oh my god, you're looking huge. You look huge right now. How much you weigh? How much do you weigh?
Loves asking how much people weigh. It's one of his go-tos.
240 right now. He's like, you look huge. You know what I mean? And then you close your eyes and you're just like, this could be like a 67-year-old like uncle, or like a woman that smoked their whole life. You know what I mean? Like, it's amazing.
He came to the one Impact taping, and I can't tell you how many different people he asked me how much they weigh. Frank, I don't know.
How much do you think he weighs?
Yes, I got that a lot.
I love him. He's the best.
I can't wait to meet him. I get to do C4 on November 25th.
Hell yeah.
Is that your first time there?
No, well, technically no. I went a couple years ago and I did a dark match.
He wasn't there?
No, this was before he'd come back.
Oh, okay.
This was a couple years ago.
Okay.
And I just did a dark match there.
Yeah, so you'll probably meet him when you go in November.
Very excited.
Cool. We to get to some fitness stuff real quick. brother Dick Justice over here needs to pump the brakes on the pre-workouts and the caffeine real bad. Talking about his intake, and I was like, "Holy shit, man!" I thought I was bad.
What's going on,
dude? I work all these hours, and I have to take it. Otherwise, I'm just gonna fall asleep in my car.
Yeah.
Well, he's at that stage where like he feels like he can't work out without pre-workout in him, which is bad. Like I've been there. You can't.
I mean, I can. I just
you should.
It's easier.
Try it.
You gotta get fucking amped, dude. Put on some fucking Draymond. Get in there and just hit it.
Dude, have you ever tried it, Draymond and Performix?
No.
Oh, man.
You're talking to a dude that, like, pre-workout isn't even a thing. Like, I have some C4 that I take on tour with me just in case I have to work out at, like, 2 in the morning. Just because that happens. Yeah. But it rarely happens because usually I'm pretty jazzed.
Well, that's the way I feel like. I just took some the other day. For that's the first time I've taken pre-workout to work out in a long time.
Hey, I'm drinking a Bang right now, though.
Yeah, is that your second one, by the way?
No, my first.
Okay. Well, you drink tons of coffee too, don't you?
Oh no, I only have like a cup a day.
Okay, good. But yeah, you don't want to.
It's a 64-ounce cup. But...
You want to use like. You don't want to. Use pre-workout when you need it, like if you're struggling. But
all the time.
You're not struggling.
If I could
7 days a week.
If I could put pre-workout next to my bed, it would make getting out of bed every day so much easier.
Have you ever snorted it?
No.
Okay, good.
All right.
What is it?
Fuck me.
Is that a thing?
I don't know.
Does it work? Does it work better?
I can like.
Do I have to use less of it?
Yeah.
Will the one container last me longer?
Yeah, will I save some money this way? Yeah.
Although I did learn about something. If you do want to save $1,
okay,
go to Lush and get a shampoo bar.
Okay.
And start washing your hair with shampoo bar. It's awesome. It lasts forever.
Wait, wash your hair with shampoo? Oh, instead of shampoo?
Especially you. I've been using it. It's nice. So you get it.
I see what you're doing.
You literally go like one little swipe, and then you go like that, and it's
I would need 11
perfect.
bars of soap.
Nope. Guarantee it. This stuff lathers right up.
You wash your whole body with it, or just your head?
Just your head.
I'm bald. What the fuck do I want to shampoo?
Look at me. What do you think? Are you looking at Fabio right now?
I just washed my head with bar soap.
Don't wash your head with bar soap.
You have the hair.
What the fuck are you doing?
What's the difference?
Right now, I'm picturing you with the hair of Ariel, the Little Mermaid.
That's what I look like.
So much hair.
Yeah, like it just comes back full force.
Yeah.
Dude,
Kevin's the crab. It's so cool.
How is this coming out right now?
Why would you wash your bald, stubbly head with like shampoo?
You fucking. It's because it's for your head, dude. Bar soap is not made for your head. It's a different skin, dude.
I know.
He sent me a picture the other day of a sock over his dick because he was naring his legs. So then today I sent him a picture of a sock over my dick.
I saw it.
Yeah, because I was tanning and he told me to protect the jewels.
I said you looked like the Bumble from the Christmas.
Yeah.
For the Rudolph Christmas thing.
Yeah,
you were just big and like, bah!
Yeah.
I think, mine said you got to protect yourself. And then what did you put with yours?
Protect yourself. It just said protect yourself. That's where we're at now in our relationship.
I still have a
can't
group.
tan with your junk
I still
exposed,
have a group
man.
chat between the two of us. Or the three of us. I'm gonna
bring it back.
I'm throwing that.
Well, Dick, you are most known for. I haven't used Voxer in forever now. Voxer is completely a wrestling thing.
I've stopped using Voxer.
Really? I have too, but you were like the Voxer guy.
That's why people would download Voxers. They're like, when Dick Justice drives by himself, that he usually does, he'll sing to me.
And not even that, like Laura I've heard Laura tell numerous people, she's like, Dick Justice is my ride or die. Like,
when she's tired driving by herself.
And, well, no, I'm usually sleeping in the other seat.
Yeah, that's what I mean, driving by herself.
Yeah, she's like, anytime I Voxer Dick, he just gets back with me instantly.
Yeah. You and I have had we have a very strong Voxer relationship.
We have?
Yeah.
Because
I accidentally said the guy's name.
Oh, yeah. I told him about that. Yeah. At the end of the story, like, oh, shit.
Yeah. He's never going to listen to this.
Nah. You say that you pretty much just downloaded Voxer just to talk to a dick.
Yeah, that was it.
I have another story about him.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
If you guys want to go back and you want to decrypt what we're talking about right now, I said the guy's name.
It's in Laura's episode.
It's double letters, and then his last name is double letters in it. And he's the king of a certain city in PA.
Yeah, king of all the cities.
Yeah. Wait, so what's the story? You got to tell me.
So I was talking to the gentleman who runs that area.
Yeah.
The promoter.
The promoter man.
Yep.
Booker man.
I went up, we're talking, and I told him, he's like, oh yeah, I run this promotion down in this area. And I said, oh cool, yeah man, I've been there when Braxton Sutter worked down there. I went with him just to hang out. And he's like, oh, yeah, man. I was like, yeah, I watched that sweet main event between insert human here and insert human whose name I forgot because he's not the other human.
Yeah.
And he told the entire story
of
the melee.
And it was him.
Gotcha.
It was him. You said it. I don't think he was there. It was.
Okay.
And he was like, yeah, man. I remember that dude used to be so strong as shit, man. He used to be able to press 315 over his head like it was nothing.
He's a fucking legend.
And I was like, oh my god, the legend continues.
Yeah. Keep the
And that's
stories
what it
coming.
was. So, like, if you guys are familiar with SNL, we created our own stories about this wrestler that was like Bill Bradsky. Yeah. So, like, Bill Bradsky is like, do you remember the Bill Bradskys?
Not really.
Oh my god.
That's
Go
Saturday Night
back,
Live?
type in Bill Bradsky and for SNL.
His poop is considered currency in Argentina.
Yeah. I once seen him eat an entire cow.
So it's just like Bill Bradsky stories?
Yeah, but
That's sweet.
with this guy's name.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
When that was like one of my ideas when we first started the podcast, because we like to have segments like
Which
on
we're
paper.
real, we're real adamant with it.
So
I'm still doing them.
yeah, so like I wanted to have this Voxer thing where we would like randomly hit our friends up who are wrestlers and tell them to insert a story about this like fictitious, not that guy, but like come up with like here's
fake
a story
person.
about Johnny Starr.
Yeah.
You remember him?
Yeah.
And then like they tell a story that actually happened to them, but use that guy's name.
There's a fan at the Beyond shows that we see sometimes, and he looks like a dude who used to like wrestle in the 80s.
Yeah.
And Jay Freddy and myself and I think Chuck Taylor have christened him Heavy Metal Mike.
Yeah,
That's
very
great.
cool.
So like we assume that he used to just run New England.
Yeah,
He was on top.
He did. I heard about him.
He was on top of New England
Yeah,
forever.
He was like I think one of the first PWIs. He was like number like 378
Yeah.
or something like that.
Yeah, back when that was 378 was
Yeah,
378.
Yeah. You were in the world.
Yeah.
Heavy Metal Mike.
yeah. Heavy Metal Mike was there.
Yeah.
When
Had his own promotion for a little bit.
Yeah, Heavy Metal Wrestling.
Yeah.
in a Smash show in Ontario, Cabana. I was at a merch table with Cabana, and he was like, "Yo, who is that guy over there?" Mike Atlantis, just a like indie guy who's been around the Ontario scene like forever.
Yeah.
And I was just like, "It's Mike Atlantis. Like he's just been around this area forever." And he was like, he thought Mike was about 50 years old. He's not.
Yeah.
He's like probably about my age.
Yeah.
And and Cabana was just like, I thought he was like an old like WCW former jobber guy, like you know what I mean, like
A dream game.
yeah, exactly.
For me.
And I was just like, no, man, it's just Mike Atlantis. Because I totally thought he was like an old school brother.
Yeah. That's like it's really funny too because that's getting just a segue into this thing. Like in your wrestling career, is there like because you and I think you, I, and Gregory Aaron kind of all have similar.
Aspirations.
Not aspirations. We have like similar like
interests.
sense of humor.
Yeah.
And
Oh, yeah.
interest and stuff
Okay.
like that. Where it's like I don't like meeting Flair is like my ultimate dream of like that's my wrestling guy. You know what I mean? Like if I had met Flair, I'd be like, okay, cool. Just to shake his hand, awesome. I shook Bret the Hitman Hart's hand. It was awesome. You know what I mean? But like, who's a worker that you? I know there's a guy that you're like, if I met this guy, I would like lose my shit. And it's not a guy that like anyone would ever say.
Oh,
Mine's the Gambler.
I would say like for you, it'd be like the Gambler,
If
right?
I met the Gambler, I would freak the fuck out.
man. I don't know, because like I met a lot of those like funk, and I guess like right now it would be like I was telling him on the way home, like I've never met Stan Hansen.
Yeah,
That's something I'd love to do. But you want like an oddball?
There's
kind
got to be
of?
like one guy like Jag Panzer or something like that.
Like I was on a show and there was just like a real like just looked like your normal like uncle guy,
Yeah.
and they were like, "That's Outlaw Ron Bass," and I was like,
What?
"Whoa, man,
Awesome.
Like the guy who carved up Bruce the Barber Beefcake's forehead on Saturday,
Yeah.
and they censored it, and he was bleeding everywhere. I was like,
Yeah.
"That's awesome."
Yeah. But that's like that's what I'm talking about.
Man, I don't know.
This is one of those you're gonna think of it
Like
like,
did
while
you-
you're driving home at 2 in the
Were
morning.
you on the show when you met Dennis Stamp on
Yeah.
that AIW
I
show?
tagged with him.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah,
Also on the internet.
Yeah.
yeah.
so fucking
By the way,
cool.
check it out, guys.
Yeah. But
I did that.
he was incredible.
Yeah, of course.
He said he was incredibly nice, didn't he?
Oh my god.
Didn't he like want to come back and like,
Yeah, so bad.
Yeah.
He was just so happy to be there.
Yeah.
And he just wanted to tell stories and talk.
So
and
cool. He's like a lot of just happy to be around the boys and wrestling
Yeah,
and stuff. That's so
yes.
cool.
One of the greatest people I've ever met in my entire life, Colonel Robert Parker.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
insane
yeah.
too.
My God.
Yeah.
You want to talk about a nice guy.
He shit his pants in the ring.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Like, he's in the back. He's in his suit and everything. When it's time to change. He changes into white cargo shorts, white socks, white shoes, vibrant pink tank top, and he's the tannest one there.
Yeah.
And I said, I just want to be that.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
Yeah. Like, that's like, it's kind of weird because a lot of people like get into wrestling and like their dreams are like become like WWE champion.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. Mine is literally to have guys look at me in the locker room and be like, that guy's been around for a long time. Like, what is going on over there? Like, that's my dream of just like that. And then it's just like, oh, that's just that guy.
That's Andy.
Dick, you have tons of hacksaw. You've been around hacksaw a whole bunch, haven't you?
Yeah, remember my Boonville story?
Oh, it's the best. The best.
So, we did the Woodsman Festival.
Basically, 2CW like ran a double shot like at like a campground.
Yeah, it was it was just sawing wood and climbing poles and
Let's put a wrestling show there.
straight man shit for 3 days. We camped,
Yep.
we drank
Together.
Wrestled.
yeah, and we fought like men
Yeah.
Against each other.
against each other
Wow.
and within ourselves.
Yeah.
And Hacksaw Jim Duggan
And
was booked on these shows.
and Hacksaw
2CW used to use Hacksaw all the time. He's awesome.
because he was incredible.
Yeah.
He still is incredible.
Not that
Yeah.
far away either.
No,
Hey, he lives in like Syracuse. Or,
Glen Falls.
That's right, yeah.
So, they had these ice cream cones that had two things to them.
Yeah.
And there was like, you get chocolate and vanilla because they didn't have swirl, but you could get them to two.
Yeah, very nice.
So I got it, obviously. And so Hacksaw's walking over with another buddy of ours, and he looks at this ice cream, and his eyes bugged out of his skull. Oh my! And he goes, "Hey, where'd you get those ice creams?" And I go, "Up there, Hacksaw." And he goes, "Come on, Ben, let's go get some ice cream." Oh, and just stomps off.
Super fired up to go get ice cream.
That's fucking great.
That's Uncle Hacksaw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like having your like cool wrestling uncle around.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
amazing, man.
You could talk with him about anything.
Yeah.
He's in the locker room. He puts his glasses on and reads a book.
Yeah.
Great. He'll answer questions, take pictures.
Yeah.
He's wonderful.
I love it.
Yeah, it's going on.
Yeah.
It's 10:19.
Let's say you want to wrap it up on that one?
We should probably wrap it up soon.
All right.
I mean, is there anything you want to do on paper? So do you want to know what on paper is?
He explained it to me.
Okay. Is there anything you want to do? A character? You want to do like the Fantasio or whatever the fuck that guy's name was on paper?
I've had ones like this where I'm like,
Or how about a movie? You're into like some terrible movies.
Yeah.
So take a terrible movie and put it. Give it to us on paper.
At one point, I bought a book on how to make low budget horror movies, and I had a notebook full of ideas.
Awesome.
Like one of them is like,
Elevator. That's my idea, and then someone actually made it.
yeah, devil.
Yeah,
You fired that one off pretty quick.
because I've been thinking about it for years. Elevator.
You snooze, you lose, man.
Yeah.
One of them was like there's this like disease that's going through like Wi-Fi, and like people are catching it through their phones, and it's turning them into zombies. And there's this dude who lives out in the woods. He doesn't have a phone. He doesn't have any of that shit.
Yeah.
He just goes into town.
Bruce Willis, not Bruce Willis.
Bruce
Willis. Like when Bruce Lee died, there was like a bunch of Bruce. There's Bruce Lee, Bruce Lee. Yeah, Bruce Willis living in the woods.
And he's just a mountain man.
Yeah.
And he goes into town. All of a sudden, these people are zombies, and he's like, I gotta save the world. So he just starts knocking down cell phone towers
Yeah.
and killing zombies.
Yeah.
That's one of them.
That's great.
Saves the world, dude.
Perfect.
In this one little city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he uses his first electronic thing, and it's a chainsaw to kill more zombies.
True. But not electronic. It's gas powered.
It's gas power.
No, it's an electric one because he's at Home Depot.
Okay.
And there's no gas in there.
Okay.
He's like, I gotta use electricity.
Yeah.
Mountain Man.
My enemy is now my friend.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah, they have to,
And that's
they have
what
to
that's,
team up at
that's
the end.
what the shirt would say, or the poster.
Yeah. His
Would be
enemy
that line.
is now his friend.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was going to be called Why Die. Oh. Yeah. I swear to God, if I see that movie get made.
Yeah.
I'm going to be
This
pissed.
is
Can I
documented.
tell
now.
you? I had an idea stolen from me.
Ooh.
Wild. Well, one, I just want to say this. At one point in time, my mom did ask me when Y6 was coming out. True story. She thought it was Y5. And she actually thought Y6 was coming out soon. And asked me when that was going to be updated.
Sweet.
True story.
Oh, shit.
True story. Okay, so we were on. Yeah,
I'm sorry.
we were on tour. It was us, Trapped Under Ice, Polar Bear Club, and 4 Year Strong.
Cool.
And we were in New Mexico.
Yes.
And there's right across from this venue. There's a place literally called New York Pizza. Mm-hmm. So we were there and we were eating, and I was super excited about this idea because at the time I had aspirations of opening my own restaurant. Mm-hmm. So I was like, oh man,
Is it called Every Time I Eat?
It's Every Time I Pie. It's a pizza place.
Way better.
Even-
Way better.
That's so much better.
No, it wasn't at all. But so we were. I was had the ideas that at some point in time I was going to open my own restaurant, and the first thing I came up with was my dessert, my signature dessert, which was going to be ice cream nachos, which I was going to make nacho chips out of like waffle cone, and then like each ice cream would like represent a thing, like
Sour
Vanilla was
cream.
going to be sour cream.
sour cream, yeah, right.
Yeah.
And then there was going to be
Chocolate
like
was going to be refried beans.
Green
yeah,
guacamole.
like those little cherries, but they were like cut like olives,
my
and they were going to be sprinkled on there.
You're so smart.
Yeah, like white chocolate instead of cheese on there. It's gonna be like super nice. And I'm excited. I'm talking about it. I'm like, oh my god, this is gonna be the
Yeah.
greatest thing in the world. Blah blah. Shit you not. I swear on my life. I swear on my mother's life, who thinks Y6 is still coming out. Bring that joke back. We went back like 3 months later. I went to the pizza place, and guess what they had?
No.
Ice cream nachos.
No.
I swear on my life.
I'd have burnt that entire
pretty
establishment
fucked.
to the ground.
Yeah, I did have the idea too years ago, when you could take the face off your like car radio
Yeah.
to make a cell phone / thing, because it would fix car like. So as soon as it's plugged in, when you get a call, it would come over the system and you would talk into it. This is like pre
Yeah,
cell like,
Bluetooth.
when cell phone first came out. And I was like, yeah, you just kill two birds with one stone. Then your car radio will never get stolen because it's your cell phone. It'll be in your pocket at all times.
Right.
And then when you get in your car, boom, you're not using it. It's there. That was my idea. And here I am. I could have been a fucking millionaire
Yeah.
right now. We could have been in like a $3 million studio. No offense, Kevin. It's a nice studio.
We're happy.
With air conditioning.
It's not that hot in here.
No, we got
this,
the
this,
doors open
this is
right
the
now.
best it's ever been. We got
you're
real
welcome.
Lucky. We got real lucky.
You're
welcome.
You hate when I talk about next week's podcast, but we have Danny Garcia and Puff sitting in the hallway. We just broke kayfabe right there.
Just chomping at the bits.
Yeah.
Been sitting
And
there
they're
for
in the-
about 60 minutes.
They're in the hallway right now, ready to go because we're gonna film. We're gonna record
I did it
another
last time,
podcast
too.
after. And Kevin Bennett is still sitting here.
Just texting away.
Yeah, poor
good
guy.
sport.
is
He's a
just
good
like,
sport.
yeah, great.
Yeah,
He's a
cool.
good
Another one,
kid.
guys?
Like, yeah, cool. You guys are gonna do another one. Awesome.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Dick, you the man.
yeah. You are the
Man,
man.
you guys are
I'm
the
sorry
man.
if
I'm glad there was no. You didn't do character here. I'm glad we got the real.
yeah,
Dick.
the real.
Organic, man.
Yeah. It's all organic.
Organic. I did.
I'm sorry you
going
have to
back
drive
to
an hour back
elevator.
home. Going back to elevator
Going
real
back to
quick.
elevator.
By the way, Andy likes to stretch these as long as possible.
I always
Please.
thought that Kane was missing out by not throwing a hellbow
Oh, wow.
off the top rope. A hellbow,
God.
like Aleister Black. He's like a Satan guy. Throw a hellbow.
Yeah. He throws.
Right?
Yeah, he's got some strikes.
does.
One
That's
could
what
be
I'm
a
saying.
hellbow.
A hellbow. Is anyone else like a Satan guy? Who's the guy at? Is it Beyond that has the guy that like paints his face? and
Oh,
stuff?
Darby.
no,
Darby,
not
no.
not Darby Cray.
It's the
Darby
CZW kid, isn't
Allen.
it?
I don't know.
There's like a dude in like
Something
Beyond
Blackwater?
or something like that that like paints his face like I saw him. Where the fuck did he work? Oh, he worked 2CW once with. He came with Teddy Goods.
Oh, Jesus.
I feel like Teddy works the guy every weekend.
Yeah,
Well, let's put it this way. It's November 8th. This is going to come out in November. I want to see how long it takes till somebody starts doing a Hellbow.
Please, someone do a Hellbow.
I guarantee
Yeah.
it's not going to take that long.
I can't do a Hellbow.
I'm doing a bionic Hellbow.
Dude.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? So I don't steal this. Andy, do you mind if I do a bionic Hellbow?
Is this like Anderson? Right now I'm like Ole or Gene or Arn, and you're asking to take the Anderson name?
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Thank you
Please
so
do a
much.
Hellbow. We shook on that.
Good brother shake.
Thank you so much.
Right there.
Andrew Anderson. Pleasure to meet
Yeah.
you.
All right. And on that note, do you know how we finish this up? We tell this story every single time we have a guest on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but
I thought you would figure it. I figured you would do it with the sound of silence.
Mike
just
Mike
tried to drop the mic.
on a Disturbed song.
Yeah.
Because that just came out, right?
Yeah.
Weird. Dreaming.
Sorry.
Yeah. So we'll tell the story off air.
You say he's do it every time. I don't want you to
Yeah, we got
Oh,
we got a catchphrase, man. We got a closer.
do it.
Yeah. It's Hebner. Earl Hebner said it to us.
Andy,
On the Joey Janela's
yeah,
spring break.
it's a
last
short
year.
story. We were on the Joey Janela spring break.
Glacier comes
was
up.
on the show.
Right?
I make a joke.
Andy turns to everybody in the locker room and goes, "Did you guys just notice it got a little bit colder in here?" And then Earl Hebner just goes,
Straight up.
"All the heat's in the ring, brother."
And that's it. So that's how we
Yeah,
ended it.
yeah,
So heat's in the ring.
Heat's in the ring, brother. Dick, you the man.
Thanks, man. You're
Thanks,
the
man.
Stricken.
See you soon, guys.